Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. It's me, Ishu Shrestha. I am a student at Sunmoon University pursuing my bachelor's degree, and today I have a very special guest with me, our professor Limino, and it's my pleasure to be with him. And today we will be sharing about his experience so far in Korea, as he have been living here for 47 years now, and he will be sharing his experience as well as challenges over this long period of time. So, before we get into the questions, would you like to introduce yourself to our viewers?
Well, actually, I have a Korean name. I became Korean in 1989.
Yeah.
Before that, I'm from England.
Mm,
So I actually came to Korea in 1977, December.
yes.
And I went to university here.
Mhm.
And then I had an opportunity to become a professor. So I became a professor at another university first.
Oh,
And then when Sunmoon University was first began,
yes.
uh, when it was first begun, the president of the university asked me, can I leave my other university and come and teach here?
Oh,
At that time, there were no buildings, there was nothing here.
right.
So I said yes, but please wait 1 year because I
Oh,
had a contract with the other university. So in 1988, I started teaching at Sunmoon University. And actually, I'm the oldest professor
yes.
here. I don't mean oldest age-wise, but longest serving professor here.
Yeah, and it's nice to have to be in your class so far.
Well, thank you
Yeah,
for saying that.
yes. And what was the reason you came to Korea? What was the motivation behind coming here?
Well, actually, I was in this international kind of service team, and I went to Germany, to France, Japan, and Korea. And I was thinking about going to study again in Japan, but after I came to Korea, everything suited my character. And I said, I don't want to go to Japan anymore. I want to stay in Korea. So I managed to get a scholarship,
Mm.
4-year scholarship into the Korean university
Oh, you were here for a student, right? As you have
in the
mentioned.
beginning.
Yeah.
In the
And
beginning.
then what was your major at the beginning?
In the beginning, actually,
Yeah.
I chose the music composition.
Oh,
The reason was because my Korean was terrible, and music is an international language, and I was
yeah.
pretty good at music anyway. So I chose music, but then I changed later in masters and PhD. I
Yes.
changed to the education, English education.
How long did it take to learn Korean for you, or was it challenging to adapt to another language and learn Korean?
Um, Korean.
Yes.
Korean is a wonderful language, and I'm not sure you can say, I'm still learning Korean even now.
Yes.
So even though if I speak Korean, people say, oh, you speak even better than Koreans. I think that's impossible. How can you speak better than Koreans?
Right. It's because you have been here for so long, I guess.
Yes. My granddaughter teaches me new words in Korean, which I can't repeat here, but I'll tell you later privately.
Sure. And as a foreigner, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced at your early years?
Actually, because I love Korean, I love Korean culture,
Yes.
the biggest challenges, I suppose, was Korean language,
Yeah.
which is the biggest challenge for all international students, actually. I mean, once you get to learn the Korean language well, you have many opportunities. There's one thing, though, that I was on television quite a lot
Oh,
in the
right.
early times, and I had a choice. Do I want to become professor or do I want to go on TV?
Oh, really? Because you were good looking and dancing that time. I think so.
Maybe, maybe, but
Yeah.
I decided that on TV it looks really wonderful, but behind the scenes it's not that wonderful.
Yeah, it's not that easy to,
It's not
right?
that wonderful. So I decided to become the teacher professor. Sometimes they
Yeah.
still ask me to act in certain dramas,
Yeah.
sometimes, but not often.
Yes. And what was the reason behind getting involved at Sunmoon University? You chose to teach at Sunmoon University for so long as a professor.
Well, I really like the founding ideals of Sunmoon University: love heaven, love humankind, love your country.
Yes.
And I had a choice. At that time, Sunmoon was nothing. There was one building,
Yes.
half a building,
Yeah.
not here on the Chanan campus.
Yes. Now it's
But
a language institute. Yes.
I knew that this would develop into becoming one of the best universities, not just in Korea, but in the world. And so I thought, yeah, even though actually at the same time that I was invited here, Seoul National University also invited me to teach there.
Oh,
But I decided I chose Sunmoon.
because you see that Sunmoon will get to the world.
Develop and the
Sunmoon has the potential.
had the
right?
potential at that time. That's what I felt.
And looking back at the time, how do you think Korea has changed compared to when you first came here?
When I first came, even to this Chanan,
Yes.
at that time there were no roads,
Yeah.
just dirt roads.
Yeah. There was less infrastructure space.
No infrastructure at all.
Yeah.
My house was in Seoul, and there were 2 lanes in the expressway.
Yes.
It took, if I left at the wrong time, it took 2 hours or 3 hours to come here and 3 hours to go home.
Oh, that means you did back and forth.
Yeah, I
from
commuted
Seoul.
back and forth to Seoul in the first years. Then I managed to get an apartment in Cheonan,
Yeah.
and I moved down here.
And all these years, what made you decide to settle in Korea and not return back to your country, England?
Oh, England's boring.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Korea, everything. For example, if you want to buy a house in Korea, you can buy a house in 1 day or maybe 2 days.
Yes.
In England, it takes 5 or 6 months.
Really?
Yes, really.
Okay.
And if you want to, the health is the service is good, the medical service is good, the dental service is good. If you have a toothache, you can go to any dentist you want and get it treated.
Yes, and I like the service that Koreans treat foreigners and Koreans do equally in health sectors because they claim insurance to foreigners as well, right?
Well, sure, it's the same.
Yeah.
The same. The Korea is a very welcoming country,
Yes.
and the character. Sometimes they do things quite quickly, but it's interesting.
Yes.
Like, for example,
Yeah.
I actually published over 50 English textbooks.
Right.
Over 50.
Yes.
And sometimes we had a deadline, and I was saying, please, let's do it more quickly. And Koreans say, well, we have enough time, we have enough time. But then when there's 1 week to go,
Yes.
then they work day and night, and somehow they finish in the deadline always.
Yes.
That was kind of interesting to me.
And do you think it's easier for foreigners to live here in Korea now than before?
Sure.
Yeah,
It's much easier now. Before, one of the biggest headaches, well, even now, actually, is the visa problem.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons why I decided to change my nationality
Yes.
from the British nationality to Korean nationality.
Yeah.
So I became Korean in 1989. And yes, Koreans are very used to very international society now.
Yeah.
So
Looking
it's
back,
much easier
yeah.
than a long time ago.
Yes, it's easier now.
And there's a support system. If you're an international family member,
Yes.
in the past, there was no one to talk to. But these days, you have big, wide, many friends and community.
Yeah.
So,
And as someone who has lived here for so long, what advice would you like to give to foreigners or international students who want to live here for a long term and build their career, their future here in South Korea?
well, I think study a language, actually.
Yeah.
If you speak the language well, if you speak Korean well, many opportunities will open. And work hard. And always keep your promise. And Koreans a very family-centered society. So if you show them that you have a act according to your conscience, I think many Koreans will try to help you.
Yes, that's great. And finally, looking back at your time, what are you most proud of your journey here in Korea?
Um, I'm not sure. Actually, I was awarded the President's Prize for teaching for over 33 years. So I have a certificate. It's called the
Oh,
Buhonghwa
yeah.
Doksek, which is the green color. There's kind of certain levels, and I got I think there's 5 levels or something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
And I got the 4th level
Okay.
of the
So it was.
directly from the President of Korea.
Oh, that must be a great award. And
So I have a watch with the president's seal on it, and
oh,
I have a medal.
yes,
I think that's even surviving here is one of the proudest things, I think.
yes.
But it's, you know.
Mm. And thank you so much.
Okay.
It was really nice knowing your journey, and it was incredible that you shared with us your stories. So
Okay,
thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Thank you.